This is Berk, but there's room to expand the home of Hiccup and the rest of the Viking crew. The surface world may be done, but there's an entire hidden world beneath the sea that the dragons call home. Today we're starting work on the beautiful, vibrant landscape of the world of the dragons, so let's fly in and take a look at the progress. The hidden world is going to be the most ambitious part of this mock yet. So far, the shell of the build is finished and the outside of the Isle of Berk is done, but it's time to look underneath the jagged rocks at the empty core of the build. Before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed to see when this mock is finished, including the massive Bewilder Beast from How to Train Your Dragon 2 that will be the centerpiece of this display. Here's the hidden world and, well, it doesn't look very spectacular yet, and that's because nothing's been built. You'll remember that previously I said I wanted this build to be motorized and have some lights, and that's still the plan. In order to light this build up though, the first step is making the ceiling look a bit less messy. That's better. Now we can place these LEGO LED strips from Light My Bricks on the cave ceiling and snake the wires above the black plate so they can't be seen. We'll be adding more detail to the ceiling later, but I want to start work on the main feature of the hidden world, the giant amber crystal that acts as the throne for Toothless and the Light Fury. This build will act both as the pedestal for the dragons as well as a shell to hold the LEGO powered up battery pack that'll power the motor later in the build. What I've built here is just the base of what I want the crystal to be. Now, this might be controversial, but I decided to intentionally use yellowing white pieces that have been in the sun too long mixed into the normal white brick. I have a bunch of them from various garage sale hauls in my collection, and I thought they would add another layer of color to this part of the build. Plus, then I actually have a place to use some of these technically damaged bricks. The crystal isn't only going to be white. You can see here I've already started to add some orange and transparent orange bricks, and I'll be adding a lot more in the coming month. I'm also going to need to order parts for the Light Fury, who'll be able to sit on the throne with Toothless, and now that I'm thinking about it, probably a second Toothless too. We'll cross that bridge later. I've laid out where the back wall of the hidden world will be using some random bricks on the bottom of the base plates, and I think I'm going to use this dark blue color for the background to create a sort of night sky effect. The hidden world is full of blues and purples, so I thought this color brick would add a nice subtle nod to that instead of having an entirely black wall in the back. Along this wall, I want to add some of those flower-like structures and perches climbing up to the ceiling where more dragons can be displayed in the mock. I also went ahead and added some little dragon scenes behind the secret trapdoors on one of the walls, adding a different pop of color behind each one. Now, about that motorization. I want to build a larger flower-like rock structure on this side of the mock that'll be visible through the stone arch in the wall. This structure will be bigger than the ones on the wall, and it's going to be where I hide the motor that allows some of the dragons to fly above. The wire will be able to sneak under the floor from the throne to this structure to hide the motor, and I'll be able to use that motor to add some motion to the build. The next thing to tackle is the floor of the hidden world, or rather the fact that there isn't a floor. I want to know what you think I should do here. Currently my plan was to use a series of gray, black, and blue plates to give the impression of a watery, rocky floor that also has some deep trenches, but I'd love to hear what ideas you might have. Let me know in the comments. This is only the start of the hidden world. There's lots of work to do before I display this mock at BrickCon in September, so let me know if there's anything you want to see me add to this build. Phase 2 of this build is just getting started, and I've got some very exciting updates coming this summer, including new dragons and new structures, so make sure you're subscribed so you're here when the build is finished this September. If you enjoyed this video, leaving a like helps me out a bunch, and check out the playlist to catch up on any episodes you've missed. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, it's always a beautiful day in the Brickstorm.